Greetings, it's your host, Gabe Morales. This video is going to be very short, but I did not want to leave out any state. So today we are going to talk about the Kentucky Department of Corrections, which is a state agency of the Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet that operates 14 state-owned adult correctional facilities and provides oversight and sets standards for county jails. They also provide training, community-based services, and oversee the state's probation and parole division. The agency is headquartered in Frankfort, and the current commissioner for the department is Cookie Cruz. I will only cover maximum security facilities in this video. When a lot of people think of Kentucky or the Bluegrass State, they often think of American pioneer Daniel Boone and the TV show that aired back in the day about him. I know I do. Kentucky was a southern border state of key importance during the American Civil War. It officially declared that it was neutral at the beginning of the war, but after a failed attempt by Confederate General Leonidas Polk to take the state for the Confederacy, the legislature petitioned the Union Army for assistance. Though the Confederacy controlled more than half of Kentucky early during the war, after 1862, it came largely under U.S. Yankee control. Kentucky was the state of the infamous Hatfield versus McCoy War on Election Day 1882 in Pike County. After some drinking in the mountainous part of eastern Kentucky, brothers Tolbert, Farmer, and Randolph McCoy attacked Ellison Hatfield, who was from West Virginia. McCoy brothers cut Hatfield with knives and one shot him, injuring him so badly he later died. This was the start of a violent family feud that lasted for years. Authorities took the McCoy brothers into custody, but on the way to the jail in Pikeville, one of the Hatfield brothers, William, and a quickly organized posse caught up with them and took the McCoys. The posse ultimately tied the three to a pawpaw tree and riddled them with bullets. The youngest, just 15 years old, had his head nearly blown off. The savagery became part of what became known as the Hatfield-McCoy feud, during which an unknown number of people were killed, with estimates ranging from about a dozen to almost 24. An act passed both houses of the Kentucky legislature on April 28, 1884, providing for a branch penitentiary to be located in Eddyville. Former Confederate States Brigadier General and Eddyville native Hilo Benton Lyon was the moving force behind this penitentiary being created. It was built on a hill overlooking the Cumberland River, and construction of the penitentiary began that year using massive limestone blocks quarried from a site downriver. Completed in 1886, it is Kentucky's oldest prison and the only Commonwealth-owned facility with supermax units. The penitentiary houses Kentucky male death row inmates and has an execution death house. As of 2015, it had approximately 350 staff members and operated on an annual budget of $20 million. In most cases, inmates are not sent directly to the penitentiary after their sentencing, but are sent there as problem inmates because of violent or disruptive behavior carried out at less secure facilities. On June 17, 1988, 8 convicts, 3 being murderers from death row, escaped the pen. This occurred about 2 a.m. by them sneaking around fires set by other inmates. They sawed through cell bars, walked across the yard, and climbed approximately 30 feet to a window using an electrical extension cord. On July 1, 1997, Kentucky executed its first inmate in 35 years, Harold McQueen, who was convicted in 1981 of murdering Rebecca O'Hearn, a convenience store clerk, during a robbery that netted him $1,500. McQueen was electrocuted during that death sentence. On November 21, 2008, death row inmate Marco Allen Chapman, who was convicted of murdering 2 northern Kentucky children in 2002, was executed by lethal injection, which was the new method of execution. The Little Sandy Correctional Complex is located in unincorporated Elliott County, near Sandy Hook. Building of the prison was completed in the year 2005. It is a medium and maximum security facility holding up to 1,012 inmates. The Luther Luckett Correctional Complex is a medium maximum security facility located in unincorporated Oldham County. It opened in 1981 and had a prison population of 1,204 as of the year 2018. Since the beginning in the year 2015, the department has seen a severe staffing shortage due to low salaries, constant mandatory overtime, and due to the fact that there are many better higher-paying jobs in the private sector. As far as organized crime and gangs, Kentucky was infamous for having bootleg distilleries during Prohibition. The Cornbread Mafia was the name of a group of Kentucky men who operated during the mid to late 1980s who created the largest domestic marijuana production operation in U.S. history. It was based in Marion, Nelson, and Washington counties in central Kentucky. The term Cornbread Mafia was first publicly used by federal prosecutors in a June 1989 press conference, whereby they revealed that 70 men had been arrested for marijuana grows and trafficking that stretched across 30 farms in 10 states. Most were convicted and imprisoned, and that was the end of the Cornbread Mafia. As far as more modern gangs, Louisville, often called Derby City or the Ville, has lots of gang activity.
Gang violence is gripping Louisville.
Gang violence is all around us, when it happens, it could be anywhere.
And it's been going on for years.
How dangerous do you think the streets are right now in Louisville?
It's very dangerous if you live that life.
Kalen Hall says he used to be in a well-known gang and says some in that gang are either locked up or dead. A shooting in 2016 left him paralyzed. He's now an advocate for shooting victims.
When people just say the same thing, when is it going to stop?
It's a question so many in Louisville want answered. FBI has been investigating several well-known gangs in our area, like the Victory Park Crips.
Historically, we have investigated O-Block and EST and made a significant impact with those investigations. We continue to target and gain intelligence on other gangs in our area that are committing violence.
EST stands for Everybody Shine Together. 2 people connected to the group were recently murdered, one of them on Baxter Avenue.
Shots fired now for 2 Baxters, I'll say one white male. Hey, get down on the ground.
Victim in the back of O'Shea's. He's going to have multiple GSWs, one to the groin, multiple to the leg, one to the neck, one to the head.
Michael Batchelor Jr. was killed. He's a known rapper who goes by the name of EST Lou Mike. Community members say he performed at the KFC Yum Center with ESTG. LMPD warned about the gang's involvement ahead of the concert and had extra security. Hours later, Devontae Beach was found shot to death just a few blocks away. Beach is listed on social media as a booking agent for ESTG.
The goal will always be to dismantle the entire organization.
Back in 2021, the FBI and LMPD made a major drug trafficking bust involving EST members.
But did it make a difference that those 10 members were arrested? Didn't other people just move into those spots?
That's unfortunately the pervasive nature of gangs, is that when you indict and prosecute and hold 10 people responsible, is that it creates opportunity for others to move into those areas as well as those positions within the group.
And the ties to EST go back to at least 2020. Kevon Lawless was convicted of murdering Brandon Waddles and his 3-year-old daughter Trinity Randolph. The person who paid Lawless's bond is quoted in a Billboard article as being ESTG's manager.
Does the FBI look at music lyrics or rap songs, and how is that intelligence used in your investigations?
We often see that in song lyrics and rap lyrics as beefs between different groups and quarrels between different groups. Those videos and those social media posts are absolutely monitored and looked at by FBI and used in prosecution.
In the Northwest, just west of the 264 freeway, are the 8 Trey Gangster Crips and Underground Crips, who control the surrounding area of Market Street. South of them, and just east of Chickasaw Park, are Bounty Hunter Bloods and Sex Money Murder Bloods. The Portland neighborhood has various sets, like Polygon 90, 186, 187, 188, and so forth. There are also Portland Mafia and Portland Bloods. 1200 is a gang that came up from St. Louis, Missouri in 2022 and tried to click up with Market in 32nd Ward, but understand that didn't work out, and many people died during that war. 1200 is said to be a hybrid group of East Coast Crips and Gangster Disciples, and even supposedly some Vice Lords. J-Blocks are bounty hunters and part of the United Blood Nation. There's also the Spider Gang. I have no idea how they got that name. Maybe influenced by Spider-Man? Like many other gangs these days, they are said to have their own rappers. Below Broadway is the 32nd Ward. H Block, who claim Rolling 30s, Harlem Crips, and I believe have a younger money clique called Young Cash Gettas. In the same area are Victory Park Crips. There are also more polygon sets down that way. It is not clear to me why so many gangs in Louisville have polygon in their name. Maybe somebody can school me about that. There is Southwick 1100 around the former location of the infamous Southwick Projects, who seem to claim mostly blood sets like Denver Lanes, Pyrus, and Crenshaw Mafia. Towards downtown are Slimebox, who are a mix of Crips and Bloods and have some more polygon sets. On the east side in Uptown is Butchertown 962, and also some gangsters in the Clydesdale Projects, who I understand claim bounty hunters. There's Smoketown, who are an alliance of bounty hunters and sex money murder bloods. In southern parts of the city are even more polygon sets. 5B, who claim a large area along Famsley Road, and 7th Street, who are a hybrid set with bounty hunter blood influences and Iroquois bloods. Far to the south are some Mexican gangsters in the Fairdale Bayou, and east of them are some McNeely Lake Crips, who are a mixed race group. The city averages 120 to 130 homicides annually, with a peak of 195 in 2021. Another fairly large city in the state is Lexington, Kentucky, who are said to have criminal groups operating in the city, such as the West End Gang, also known as Hot Boys, who were federally indicted in 2023 for the murder of a federal witness. There's the East End Gang and EBO, aka the Stretch Gang, who are blood sets. Almighty Ambrose and Latin Kings were out of Chicago, as well as 7-4 Gangster Disciples. Security threat groups in Kentucky are not just limited to minority chains. The Ku Klux Klan had 4 active chapters in the state, at least at one time. There are also said to be some members of the far-right Patriot Front group operating in the state. As far as 1% motorcycle clubs, or outlaw motorcycle gangs, as law enforcement calls them, there are the Grim Reapers, who were founded in Louisville in 1965, and in that city they still have the mother chapter. In 1999, charges were brought against 18 members of the club, including the national president, as part of a 4-year Operation Iron Horse, whereby they are prosecuted under the RICO Act, as well as other clubs in the Midwest part of the United States. These 18 defendants were indicted for selling drugs and dealing stolen motorcycles. Authorities stated that they had purchased 120 kilos of cocaine, worth a total of around $3 million, between 1988 to 1998. The Hells Angels have a Nomads charter there, and the Outlaws also have a presence in the state. So, like I said, I know that was short. Let me know if you know some other criminal groups that operate in the state of Kentucky. I hope you're having a great and safe summer. Stay tuned as we cover more State Department corrections and security threat groups. Up next will be Pennsylvania. For now, this is Gabe Morales signing off for Gangsters, Cops, and Politicians.